guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're gonna be doing a I think it's a Q&A where I read some questions and I give the most honest answer possible. Um, if I come across a question that's uncomfortable, I'm not gonna even read that question, but um I don't have anything that I'm uncomfortable with. Like, to be honest, I'm very much content with my life, my past, and whatever the future holds. Um, and I decided to do this video in my most natural look so that it goes with you getting to know me, the real me, if you know what I mean. Not the Ntabi Singh that is stripped or is drenched or is under layers and layers of makeup and weaves. So I just thought, you know what, if I'm gonna be telling people who I am, let me be naked, you know, let me allow them to see me, the real me. So let's get to it. So please don't mind me, guys. I'm gonna be looking down, reading the questions. What is your name? Meaning, oh, what is your name and meaning? So I guess the question is, what is my name and what does it mean? My name is Ntabi Singh. Um, it's a Sesotho Tswana name, and it means make me happy. If I have to give like the exact English translation, it means exactly that: make me happy. Ntabi Singh. Yeah. So yeah, Ntabi Singh, like, yeah, yeah. That's my name, Ntabi Singh. Were you named after someone? That's actually a good question, but boring answer. No, I was not named after anyone. I think my mom just liked my name. Where are you from? Okay, now this is gonna be interesting. Hugh, I'm from a lot of places. I think a lot of people can relate to this. You were born here and raised there and then came back, you know, from where you were born, and we jump around, you know, as more especially as black people, even white people too, because they, with them, I think it's worse. They move, like, they get bored. They don't move because because of situations. I think they move because they bored now. You know, there's a nicer area somewhere, and then they're going to move there. So with me, it was whew, I was born in Gauteng province, South Africa. Johannesburg is the city. Soweto is the township. Baragwanath Hospital is the hospital. That's where I was born in terms of the province, city, township, hospital. And at the age of around 5 and 6, we moved to KZN, KwaZulu Natal, town Newcastle, township Osizweni. That's where I grew up. Um, I don't know. Should I give reasons why I moved? I don't know. I think that's gonna be a story for another. Like, maybe when I'm doing like a storytelling, maybe about how I grew up and all of it, because how I grew up is very, very interesting, and I think someone would like to hear that and kind of like find comfort in that, because my upbringing was like was not nice in a way, if I should say that. So yeah, I grew up in Newcastle from I think the age of 6, because I do remember attending a crash in Newcastle, and then I think it was grade R, because um from straight from the crash I went to a primary school to do my grade 1. So I did not graduate at that crash. We did not, like, they did not do, those graduations where you graduate from grade R to grade 1. It's only, excuse me, with the school, the primary school, where they had a grade R, and those grade R, they, excuse me guys, my phone is busy vibrating. Like, I want to put it to where it won't make, let me just put it in silent. So yeah, it's only my brother who attended the primary school from grade um, grade R. So I remember watching my little brother graduate. I think I was in grade 2 then, and I was like, why didn't I graduate? So my grandmother had to explain that you can't graduate because you are now ahead of your brother, in whatever she said. So yeah. um Another question, yo, that almost changed to a storytelling. Guys, excuse my mouth. I have those dry mouths, okay. Oh my god, this question. Are you married, single, taken, or it's complicated? No, you guys. Who was writing this question? Who asking? Okay. Are you married, single, taken, or, oh my god, guys, I have something here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I had like, I don't really wear makeup, but I had an eyeliner. Okay. So I was removing like the makeup and whatnot because I wanted to be like raw for you guys. Okay, are you married, single, taken, or it's complicated? Um, I'm single. Let me just put it that way. I'm not married. Um, did you go to university? I actually did go to university. I studied communication science through UNISA. I did not finish. But yeah, I did go to university. I mean, it counts as going to university. It doesn't say did you graduate. When did you start working? Okay, I think this asks when did I start? Like, maybe when was my first job or something. I'm gonna like take you through the jobs. So I started working at the age of I think I was 19, 20. Okay, guys. Let me tell the truth. I don't know if working for yourself, being self-employed, if it does count as working. I think it does. I started working, if it does, I started working when I was like 16. At school I used to sell sweets. Those people I went to school with, they know this. Tubelike High School in Osizwe, Newcastle. People that I went to school with, went to class with, they know I used to sell sweets. I used to sell at some point I think I sold cakes. So yeah, like I'm very much business minded. I'm really good at that. And then after I matriculated, I went on and worked for a catering company, and I used to enjoy that. The only problem was to get there. The lady that I was working for, who owned this catering company, stayed in those, like, those top suburbs, and those places, like, taxis don't really go there, because a lot of people there, they have their own cars. So like like um the only issue was like getting to work, because we used to like prepare food and cook food in her in her yard, and then we would like pack all the food in like into her van, and we would go and yeah, supply. Like I used to love that. I learned a lot from that lady, even though she was um I don't know how to put it. Like she was, I don't know. You know what? Like when okay, remember guys, I was young. I was like, it was just after matric where I got that job. So when you work, I think it was like the pressure of making sure that we finish on time. So we took her as like she was not nice. But now that I'm grown, I understand that what, it was pressure. She needed like things to be done, and her clients were like top notch clients. She was not catering for like, if you know what I mean. So she wanted everything to be like you know top notch. And then after that, and also the pay the pay was not that good, but like, I mean, it's just after matric. I have that pay, pocket money type of thing. So, and also I was doing something that I really really love. I love to cook. You're gonna see that as my channel goes. So yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of cooking. Like I love cooking, and yeah. So I remember I used to get paid 40 rand a day cold. So remember, we didn't work every day. So, and every time she had um like she got a job to cater for, like example, um a certain company. Maybe they doing a Christmas party, or they doing like a boardroom, some special thing, a huge thing for the boardroom. Like she would call us. Like we did not work every day, so every time I was called, I knew that, excuse me, I was gonna come back home with 40 rands, and in that 40 rands, I would use 20 rand for transport. I was very good with money. Like till today, I'm very very good with money. You may get paid 3,000 rand a month, and I would get paid 1.5. But the things that I would do with my 1.5 would amaze you. So I'm very good with money from a very young age. I used to, like, I valued money till today. Every rand counts with me. Every cent counts with me. Like I do not. I remember like some people used to make fun of me, make fun of how 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 serious I took money, my spendings and whatever. I remember in groups when people would be like, let's put together money so that we can go to a Shisanyama, for example. I don't want to mention names, I don't want to be specific with those people. If they are watching, they know I'm talking about them. So I'm just going to say people. Um, so let's say they will be together, and they'll be like, let's put together maybe like 25 friends each so that we can go to a Shisanyama. I would not contribute. I would like think, instead of going to a Shisanyama, why don't we buy, like, why don't you buy groceries, and like that was my thinking, instead of going and to a Shisanyama, eat this Shisanyama, and then we come back home to an empty fridge. That was my thing, and I remember they used to mock me a lot for that. So let's not get too much too into that. So yeah, I'm just good with money. I value money. Okay, where was I? When did you start working? Okay, that was the question. So, and then, oh yeah, and then after working for that lady, it wasn't like long. I think it was like 6 months or something. And then I moved from where I stayed and went to stay with my grandmother in Soweto. Remember, guys, I grew up in Newcastle until I matriculated. After matric, I came back to Johannesburg, right? Got that part, but I stayed with relatives. And then that is when I was working for a catering company. And then after that, I went and stayed with my grandmother in Soweto. That's when now the business woman came into, you know, um, like the rebirth. I'll put it that way, because I've always been a businesswoman. So I think when I was at my grandmother's place, that came back. It was like, hey, listen, wake up, I'm here. I started writing down names of my company. I started just dreaming, dreaming and dreaming and dreaming, and started doing research. And at that point, I didn't even know that if you want to run a company, you have to register it. I started like, getting those kind of informations. And I also, like, as a child, I've always wanted to be on TV. So I noticed that my English was not that good. So every time I watched TV, like I was watching UTV, and the likes of CC, Cipor, Cypher, and the others, their English was very like smooth, was very like posh. So I thought, okay, you know what? Like, I'm just streaming. I'll never make it on TV because my English is not that good. I went to a township school, so I think that dream kind of like, faded. But deep down, I always wanted to be a celebrity. I've always wanted to be on TV. I've always wanted to be popular, even though I'm a very shy person. But I hope you understand what I mean, guys. And then okay, so I was like, okay, you know what, let me like plan my business within the entertainment industry, because that's really really where I want to be, you know and then I discovered this thing of being an agent, or owning an agency where you supply with background artists, those people who like mime, and we call them extras. So I started like registering a company, and it was called Cloud9 Artist Management. And I started supplying. Oh, like, I did presentations. I went to your Rhythm City, your Scandal, your Isidingo, your Mubango, and did like and dropped off my business proposals there, Generations. And one day, Generations called me on some, hey, we would work with you, and can you please come for a minute, for a meeting tomorrow, so that we can discuss the way forward. I was very happy. And at that time, I think I was like 21, 22 years. And yeah, like, I was a real businesswoman working with the biggest soapy in the continent. So I went there to their offices, and they we're like, okay, you know what, we love your proposal and whatever, whatever. So these are our rates. This is how much we pay each extra and whatnot and what. I was like, okay, thank you so much. And they were very nice to me, and they realized that it was my first time. This was my first gig, and they were like, okay, tomorrow we need a certain number of extras. We want them here by 5:30 a.m. I was like, okay, I'll deliver and whatnot. Luckily, I stayed a Lokshini, so you know what? I remember I didn't have like, that not that much number of artists in my books. But staying in Lokshini, you come across someone, you're like, hey, do you want to be on TV? They like, what? Yes, we do want to be on TV. And you're like, hey, tomorrow, past 5 in a bus stop, and that the rest is history. And then continued to do that for like years. That's when my life like really really like started, being like betterish. They were not paying that much, so but it was not that bad. But they were not paying me enough for me to even buy a car, or like, it's just paying me enough to survive, have food, afford cosmetics, and stuff like that. So it wasn't that much. I think I would have been um, popping, or even afford a car or a house, if it wasn't only Generations that took me in. Generations is a thing, or like supplying all these soapies and maybe even movies. Then I would have, but like, it was just only Generations. With others, like, I would hear rumors that you have to bribe and whatnot. So how do you ask a person if do you want a bribe? It's just rumors. So that was it. Oh, and now I do work, but that's a story for another time. In the job that I'm doing now, it's popping. I bought my car within like the first 6 months of working. But yeah, I'll discuss the job later. Okay, how would you describe yourself? I love I love this question, but it's have you noticed how do you know the most difficult question ever? For me, the most difficult question ever is who are you? You know, your mind just starts getting blank. But okay, how would you describe yourself? You know what? This question, like I do like the question, but I mean, am I gonna say I'm a bad person? I'm not kind. I'm selfish. You know, I'm not gonna say those things. So I think anytime a person is asked this question, they're gonna paint themselves, you know, to be these good people. But phew, I'm a I don't know. Okay, I'm loyal. That's number one. I'm loyal, faithful. You know, and like when I'm in a relationship, it's all about that person. Like, you know, like when I fall in love like hard. Like you are like my everything. Like I do not cheat. I'm not that kind of a person. And what else? Like I'm a hard worker. I love making my own money, even though you giving money wouldn't hurt, you know, it's a bonus. But I do love to have my own money. Like nothing. Oh my god, it's dogs. I think they're fighting. Oh my god, my neighbor's dogs. That freaked me out because I don't have a dog, you know. It's at night. It's not even like really at night. It's like 8:30 p.m. So it's already dark outside. So it's winter. It's winter. But winter in Durban, we are like this. You know, in Durban it's hot. So anyway, where was I? Yeah, like I'm a hard worker. Also a smart worker too. And what else? I am a loving mom. Like I have a daughter. She's turning 7 this year in September. It's 2019 now, so she's still 6 and she's doing grade 1. So yeah, I'm a loving mom and I'm a single mom as well. We're gonna have to talk about that um, another time. I'm a single mom, like 100% a single mom. um her like him and her father broke up while I was still pregnant. We tried to get back together after she was born, but it didn't work. Maybe we got back together for like 2 months. It didn't work. And when I broke up with him, he like broke up with his daughter, if you know what I mean. He doesn't do anything for her. He doesn't call. He doesn't like. He just doesn't want anything to do with her. So we're gonna like I'm gonna do another story like based on being a single mother and dealing with a guy that just doesn't wanna budge in, you know. So I'm a very nice person. Like but like you know what? Like I'm a very nice person. Like but when you piss me off, and let me also like put it this way: you can do me wrong and do me wrong. I'm a very forgiving person as well. I think that's very stupid of me. And people would say that, like, come on, like, dude, like, I think it's enough now. This person is busy, like, you know. But like, I just believe in second chances, third chance, fourth chance. You know, I'm that person. You know, I think it goes. I think it's this thing of me, like loving hard, be it a boyfriend, a friend, or whatever. Like when I love you, I love you, you know, even if I can hear that you are spreading rumors about me or maybe like bad mouthing me and stuff, you know, I just, you know, like I tell myself that's okay. Like I can't just like, you know, break up with a person, you know, even if they I hear that they did something wrong, or even if I can see that this person is doing me wrong, you know, but the love is still there, the care is still there. But like one day, like there's gonna be like that day where I'm like, I'm done. And when that happens, it would be like me and you, we were never ever friends, you know. The people that used to be my friend, they know what I'm talking about. So I'm that person, and when that happens, I come across as the wrong one, the bad one, and people not knowing that I have been putting up with like the BS for a long time, and then it came time where I was like, enough is enough. So yeah, that's I'm a great mother. I'm a hard worker. I'm a loving person. I'm a very loyal person, and yeah. What car do you drive? Okay, I drive a small, tiny car that fits me. It's a Chevrolet Spark. It's a white Chevrolet Spark. That's my car, and it's my second car. What is your dream car? What is it about cars? My dream car, I love big cars, but right now I can't afford a big car. So my dream car is a Jeep. You know those big Jeeps, the Jeeps that look like that are made for mountains and whatnot. I love those Jeeps. I don't know, it's a Jeep Wrangler or whatever. I don't know what it's called, but those Jeeps. What's your style? Oh, what's your style fashion wise? My style fashion wise, okay. I think it's a phase. Like I you know I remember at some point I used to like leggings. Remember the leggings phase. I was very much into leggings. Like I was a leggings type of girl. I would wear leggings, but with like overlapping like t-shirts. I would make sure that whatever top I am wearing, it has to cover my hips and ass. So I didn't like it when see other women wearing leggings and maybe a shirt that goes up and the shape of their type you know what I mean, and like mm-mm. So I would leggings and an overlapping t-shirts. That was my style. Also, reason was that I have hips and I have a huge ass. So I'm very slim, and then like this. So let me just stand up and show you guys what I am talking about. So this is how I'm shaped like. So when you look at me, like you you would think like that I am fat, and I am not. I'm a slender, but a slender with like hips and ass. So that's how I dressed up. Like I didn't like like I used to be very uncomfortable with my body shape because it's not a common shape. It's not everyone that has my shape. So I used to hate that until the likes of J Lo, Beyonce, Kim Kardashians, they started being praised for their body shape. Then I was like, who okay, then this body shape like became popular. So yeah, that's when I started getting comfortable with my body shape. So um that was then the leggings and overlapping t-shirts. And then now my style is, because like I'm now growing, it's more of like long skirts, like now that has to like go over my knees. Long dresses, like long flowy dresses or long tight dresses, as long as it's a long dress that doesn't show my knees, I'm very comfortable with that. Like I love to dress in a modest way, like a respectable way. That's how I am. Yeah, like maybe on social media, then I can like maybe flaunt because it's social media, but in real life, I like to dress like in a very respectable manner, if you guys know what I mean. Um, what is your what's your style? Okay, we read that one. Do you have kids? Do you want kids? Oh, okay. So I think this one means like, do I have kids? If I don't, do I want kids one day? I do have a kid, one baby girl. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having more kids if I get a guy. Where in life are you right now? I'm very content with life. I'm very like I'm content. Like I'm very content. Like I'm at a stage where, you know what, if you are for me, you are for me. If you are not for me, you are not for me. Be it friendship wise, relationship wise, you know, like if you are with me, you are with me. And if you are not with me, you are not with me. I'm not gonna beg. You know, I used to beg, like I used to beg for friendships. I used to beg for relationships. I used to beg people. I used to, so that they can be in my life and whatnot. So at this point now, if you wanna leave, like, bye bye. What's your take on judgmental people? You know what? Like honestly, we are all judgmental. But there are people who are just too judgmental. You know, you would hear them and be like come on, you know. There are people who are just too extreme, but you know, we are all judgmental. We see someone maybe in public and they wearing like something inappropriate, we, you know, kind of like, you know, that's being judgmental. You know, just let people be. You know, if that makes them happy, that if they comfortable, then that's fine. Like ungena happy, you know, type of thing. So and also in life, you never know with the young ones, you know, the young ones, like those who are still growing up, like the 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22-year olds. Those people don't know life. Life is unpredictable. Today you may look at someone and judge them, you know, and then you are gonna grow up. You're gonna know what I'm talking about. You're gonna be doing the very same thing that person is doing, and because you are doing it, you will justify it. But back then, when you were still growing up, you were judging that person. This is life, mark my words. So do not judge. Do not judge a prostitute. Do not judge. Just do not judge. You don't know what that person is going through. You don't know their struggles. You know, if you were to judge them for being a prostitute, for example, are you gonna help them? Are you gonna offer them a better job, a better paying job? You know, so let's just try and put ourselves in people's shoes before we can judge them. No money is clean in this world. The 50 rand that is in your pocket right now, it was maybe um in some ritual somewhere, someone mhlawumbe beloywa ngaleyo mali leyo, and imali rotate. It's now in your pocket. So no money is clean in this world. You know, the government is corrupt, as we all know. Like a lot of dirty money going around. So how someone is making their money, do not judge unless they murder people for a living. You know, I think that's just extreme. Like, you know, killing is just not nice. You know, being a murderer, a psychopath, and all these crazy things like serial killers and whatnot, those are the people that I don't want to judge them as well, because I don't know what's going on in their mind. But I just hope that one day they just snap out of it. But other than that, if someone is, you know, not harming another person, then I'm perfectly fine with it. And also this thing of judging girls who like money, whatnot. Women like money naturally. Look at our mothers. Like if I were to address a guy right now, how many times does your mother call you to ask for money? You know, it's just in us, in our nature. So you guys just pretend as if, you know, it's a big deal. You know, you are dealing with that in your own homes. You know, it's natural. And also like guys just love sex in general. So, you know, it's their weakness. So, you know, we like money, they like sex, they like to cheat, you know. But women are better cheaters, the best cheaters, you know. But anyway, those are the stories for another day. Guys, that was the last question. So, yeah, maybe we do a part two as time goes on. Yeah, Thank you so much for watching the video. Please do comment, like, and subscribe.